Are you ready? Are you ready to build our
We're we're
worst pickleball player?
we're here for it. Zane, explain to the fans at home why we're doing this, so that way maybe we don't catch as much flack for this as I believe we're going to.
All right, let's talk protein. We all say we're going to hit our numbers and then life happens and suddenly we're eating random snacks instead of real food. I know that because I did that today. Maui Nui makes that a whole lot easier. Their venison is insanely nutrient dense, super clean, and packed with real protein from wild excess deer that roam free on Maui. No feedlots, no hormones, no junk, just clean, delicious meat that actually supports muscle, recovery, and performance. And the flavor is next level. The stuff is aged for 14 days, so it's tender and rich, not gamey or heavy. Once you try it, it's hard to go back to regular beef. Go to mauinuivenison.com/the dink to grab the Ohana Reserve box, and they'll hook you up with a free 12-pack of jerky sticks with your first order. That's mauinuivenison.com/the dink. MAUINUI venison.com/the dink. It is so good. Um, I'm not a huge beef stick guy, but Maui Nui venison definitely tastes different, and you can tell the difference. I pounded about 10 of them this weekend when I was working with Jenny and the Miss Austin organization because I was there all day and didn't have any snacks. Super glad I brought my 12-pack of Maui Nui venison sticks. Only got 2 left. So, Maui Nui, you gotta hit me up with some more.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, dollar has gonna yagi.
All right, welcome to PicklePod. We're going to go over some stuff that happened this last weekend, and we're going to get into just kind of like a calendar of things upcoming in pickleball over December. And we're also going to give it a shot. So we've been doing some fun, like build your best player stuff. And today we're going to try to build your worst player. I'm not sure
Yeah,
how it's going to go. We'll see.
Tice is not excited about that one. That was I can't even claim that as my idea. That was Jason Hart's idea from the YouTube comments. He said, "Do the worst player who has the worst serve, dink, speed up, etc." So we listen to our fans. All right, Jason, thanks for the idea here. Yeah, a little bit of a down week in pickleball, but we'll talk about what on earth happened in Vietnam because I don't know, and I'm hoping that Tice fills me in a little bit, as well as some of the upcoming stuff in the bit of a December lull. So T, take it away. Where do you
Yeah.
want to start?
So we had two kind of events happen this past weekend in pro pickleball, neither of which was in the States. We had the DJoy tournament in Vietnam. I think it was called the Vietnam Masters, if I'm not mistaken. And then we
Mhm.
also had MLP Australia with their finals, and they finished up the MLP Australia season. And so the DJoy stuff. Tell me about that. What did you see?
Oh, you want me to tell you about that? Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's interesting because like this is the first one of the first times you really have the Asia field pretty split, right? Because PPA
Hmm.
Australia is obviously going on, and you have a bunch of Australian players that are very, very good, and then you have the DJoy event, and you got to pick one or the other. And so a lot of the top Aussie players, I think about Nicholas Showman and Danny Townsend, Joey Wild, Sarah Dennehy picked the DJoy event. Now, I
Yeah.
think some of them were with PPA MLP Australia, but I'm not entirely certain either. But yeah, let's start with DJoy. QD Wang Yun was
Yeah.
back and playing, and obviously this is a hometown Vietnam event for him. And by all accounts, from what we could actually see, things
Yep.
looked pretty cool. You know, you had some strong players. You had Jack Monroe and Megan
Yep.
Fudge, Ryler DeHart heading over there as well. But neither of us were able to find too much in the way of results other than what we could see from collaborative posts on Instagram. Do you find anything else?
No, I did some research yesterday trying to find like winners and brackets and all of that. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I think as the sport continues to grow internationally, we have to find a way to get these things like more well known and more out there. I did see a post, I think it was in a Discord, that they streamed the matches on YouTube, and at
Mhm.
one point they had nearly 7,000
I saw that
viewers live, which is pretty impressive.
for
It's
sure.
weird because you used to talk about that all the time, right? When we were watching pro pickleball in America, because everything was streamed on YouTube. So it was like, oh, this tour had 10,000 views or 5,000 or whatever it was. But then when UPA switched to Pickleball TV and now APP does ESPN Plus and others, it's like you have no idea if there's 5 people watching or if there's 25,000 people watching. So it was interesting to see like nearly 7,000 people were watching live in the Vietnam one.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive. I saw that screenshot, I think from NML, right? NML randomly
It
coming
might
out
have
with a couple
been,
of
yeah,
tweets this past weekend. They've been pretty quiet for a little bit, but yeah,
for sure.
they're back with some stuff. Um, that's good numbers. And interestingly enough, too, like from what I understand, and a big reason why we probably aren't able to find too much is like Vietnam puts everything on Facebook in the Vietnamese language, right? Like
Ew.
Malaysia, everything was on, the social media platforms that we use. I think that everything is in Vietnamese on Facebook. Like that's their primary social media by a long shot. And so I'd be curious to know if this was Facebook Live as well. But 7,000 people viewing is very, very solid. Um,
Yeah,
just wish that we had, some way of finding out more. In fact, I actually reached out
right.
to Puk Hyun, who is a really, really solid player. He finished runner up in singles. He had won that previous event in Vietnam, the MB Open with the PPA Asia team. Reached out to
Yep.
him. I wanted to get him on the podcast. I can't hear back from anybody from DJoy or the tournament at all.
Yeah.
Um, like it would be great to even have them on here and learn about it because I want to
Right.
know.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
wish we could cover this a little bit more, but we we tried. I don't have too much
Yeah.
to say other than, it looked like there were some solid matches. Like QD, I assume rolled through singles. I know he won. Um,
Yeah.
Jack Monroe and Megan Fudge beat QD and his partner, who I don't
Yeah.
know,
I don't know who that is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
in 5 games. They played that three out of five. Let's see, and then we also had Jack Monroe and
QD. Yeah.
QD partnering up, and they took the men's doubles. Uh, don't know what happened in women's doubles or women's singles.
Agreed. Uh, I, w- I want to say Sarah won. I want to say I
I
saw
would
Sarah won,
I
but
did
A,
hear
I would assume, and B, I saw something, but I don't know if that was the title from the last event in Vietnam.
I did see Sarah beat Megan Fudge, and so I was going to assume that was her highest competition there. So
Wow.
if
I'm
anybody,
surprised.
oh,
Megan hasn't been playing singles, so I'm surprised she even played singles there.
yeah, no, I mean, obviously she's a good singles player. I
Oh
think
yeah.
Sarah is a pretty clear best international singles player at this point. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, guys, we'll punt this back to you. If you guys have information on this, maybe we'll revisit it at some point. But I mean, Tice and I are extremely plugged in, and it was just tough to follow along. Wanted to get a hold of the
Yep.
DJoy folks and stuff. So hey, if anybody has a way of getting a hold of them or where we can find information, strong preference for in English or English translatable, let us know because pretty curious about this one. But yeah,
Yeah.
now the other thing that I'm curious about is where does this DJoy event fit in terms of this APP Global Alliance and global rankings? And it's obviously not a PPA Asia event. Like, where does this one sit? Is it its own big thing?
Yeah, that's a great question and a great segue, even though you didn't know you were segueing for me.
Okay,
The
sick.
APP, the APP announced maybe 3 months ago, kind of like a global pickleball alliance, but this week they're actually coming out with more news on that, and they are creating a global pickleball alliance with a global ranking system. And there's going to be 30 events in 2026. So it seems like APP is expanding its not its own events because I think they're going to keep the same kind of 12 events in the US, but there's a global alliance including APP and including DJoy in Vietnam, Pickleball England, the European Pickleball Federation, Global Sports in India, and NPL in Australia, and the Canadian National Pickleball League, among others. There's a couple other countries that are kind of getting involved. So instead of having like an APP event in the US every 6 to 7 to 8 weeks, and then those players don't play anything, there's 30 events on this global pickleball alliance tour, whether that's in India, Europe, Vietnam, so on and so forth. And all of those events are going to get categorized very similar to like PPA 1000, 1500, 2000. I don't know what the point system will be, but they are announcing that this week. And so it's kind of trying to build a global, I would call it like league, where players who are not UPA signed can basically travel the globe, earn prize money at every stop, and earn points towards everything. Who plays, how often they play, all of that is still like up in the air. But I do think it's an interesting direction, seemingly that the APP is now partnering more globally than trying to build up their US based competitions.
Yeah, so it seems like it's like everybody versus UPA essentially, right? Is there
Yeah.
any like UPA allied? I mean, I guess there's obviously like PPA
No.
Asia, there's MLP Australia, PPA Australia, right? But it's everything rolls up into the UPA brand. It'll be interesting to see.
Yep.
Like, I guarantee UPA picks off one of these like external operators, right, and brings them into the fold. I know that they had conversations with Global previously that
Yeah.
didn't end up panning out. I'd be surprised if DJ doesn't end up kind of joining forces with PPA Asia or something. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
interesting. It seems like it's a kind of every independent operator versus UPA. So Tour Wars has you can say that UPA has won the Tour Wars here in the States, and now it's just shifted elsewhere essentially.
Yeah. I would also say like the biggest place in pickleball where UPA is not is India right now, it seems
Hmm.
like. So I
Yeah.
like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these independent smaller tournament running companies joins forces there with UPA in India this year, just because India is so much further along than most of the other countries in terms of talent at the pro level. So I like you said, Vietnam and India are the two in my mind that kind of stick out, but PPA Asia is kind of, so that'll be interesting to see how the DJoy thing goes with PPA Asia as well. Speaking of international though, MLP Australia, like I said, finished up this last weekend. And the Bondi Pickleball Club with your girl, Rose Van Reek, won the whole thing. And I would love to know like the actual how it all was formatted, because they somehow won from the back draw. I've never heard of a back
Hmm.
draw in MLP, but they lost and then they won one and then they won the final. So that team was made up of Louis Lavelle. I think he's the captain. Rose Van Reek was the MVP of the championship. Kat Westbury and I think super sub here. I don't think he was originally on the roster, but super sub here, Purple Jesus, was also on this team, and they ended up beating the Brisbane Breakers. So cool little story for them. Always like hearing about MLP Australia.
Yeah, no, it is always interesting. I wonder how on earth they scored Max Manthau, Purple Jesus, and I wonder how the other teams felt about that. Like, was he drafted and they knew that he was going to miss a couple of early events? You know, I thought we had like the close of the PPA Australia season a couple of weeks ago. Remember Rose standing in front of that
Yeah.
huge check?
Yep.
Um, yeah, I mean, I think I just got to stay up to date with this a little bit more. I would love to know how to follow along a little bit better, but you're keeping me up to date on this type of stuff, Tice.
Yeah. So I mean, I was like I was thinking about writing a preview of it, but like no one, no one in the States really knows a lot of these players' names. And as I was going through the rosters, it was like on Instagram, especially, it was like, this is the team that was drafted. This is the team that's playing in the finals. And it was like one or two people. So I think there's a lot of like movement and subs and things like that
Do you
due
think
to a
this is how
variety of
your
reasons.
average US pickleball player feels about MLP in the US? Like, oh, I thought they were on this team. I thought they were on that team. This is
Probably,
probably
yeah.
we probably feel the way that most viewers feel about MLP in the States.
Yeah, now that you say it, it's funny because I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, if you randomly ask me who the whatever player is on this team, I'm like, yeah, it's so and so. But yeah, you're probably right. It's probably how it feels, which is super ironic. Yeah, interesting.
Right?
Well,
Right?
yeah, for sure. Congrats to Bondi. They had a great run there. And Brisbane was a really great team throughout the whole entire thing. So unfortunate to lose in the end, but Sometimes it happens. Okay, let's get into some upcoming stuff. So obviously we're in a little bit of a lull in terms of like pro pickleball in the US, but we do have a bunch of stuff upcoming in the month of December that's not super UPA related, but a couple of them are, and just general stuff going on in pickleball. First, Wednesday, December 3rd, the Dink is listing categories for the Dink Awards. So they're going to be coming out on socials.
Oh, let's go.
Interesting
Dink
noon.
Award, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And the Dink is, for the first time, allowing fans to nominate players and teams and all of that for categories. So I'm very interested to see a little bit more engagement from the public. Obviously, fans
Yeah.
vote on all of it as well, but it's cool to see them nominating as well. So be on the
Yeah, I
lookout
like that
Wednesday.
idea.
We're doing that.
Yeah, I like that idea. I always find the Dink Awards pretty cool because I feel like you get to pull like real fans of pro pickleball and stuff. So definitely
Yeah.
check out whenever that drops. It should be within the next couple of days or by the time that this goes out. Dink Awards. Yeah, those are always super fun. Excited to see what categories you guys even come up with. Throw whatever you got at the Dink.
Yeah.
Nominate whomever. I'll be curious to see, and we'll obviously go through nominations and who we think is going to win, all that type of stuff. But
Yeah.
best time of the year.
For sure. Starting this Wednesday, going through Sunday as well, is the Dink Minor League Pickleball National Championships in Dallas. It's at that venue that you were at for MLP. What is that called? I think it's Pickler Universe.
Pickler Universe, yeah. Not to be. I mean, how dare you confuse that with the Pickler? That's crazy.
Right.
We got Pickler Universe and the Pickler, but yes, it's at Pickler Universe.
That's that crazy indoor place that you said was like the loudest you've ever been at, right?
Yeah, that was where we had MLP over the summer, where
Okay.
they filled up thousands and thousands of people there. Yeah, that was crazy.
So 100K is on the line for the minor leagues. I think I saw something, I forget where I saw it, but like I think 8 or so MLP teams are sending their minor league teams, which is a cool little like addition. Like I think we're going to see more and more of that, where the Major League Pickleball teams are going to be adding more and more minor league teams. I think it's easy to spread the word throughout your local area, so that's a cool thing to see.
I was gonna say, yeah, no, I know the Ranchers are heavily involved in that. I know the Flash have a minor league team. I think Brooklyn does as well. There's a bunch of them. I think that's super cool to do as well. And so $100,000, that's crazy because they divide these out by duper, right? There's duper 22, duper 20, duper 18 on the minor league as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I find it
And there's
fascinating.
a 50 plus division in like a couple of those as well.
Speaking of cool teams, check this out.
Target acquired. Road to Nationals, December 2025. Roger.
Now let me see you go off like a bomb.
No fear, no mercy, no misserves, net force.
All right. Well, we just watched the Dink Minor League Net Force team's video.
Yeah.
What on earth? Why does this feel like this is a paid ad from Call of Duty Black Ops? What is going on here? Is it just me, or is that the best produced piece of pickleball content you've ever seen? They throw the grenade, and the flames are in the lady's sunglasses. Like, what are we doing here? I need them to do my social media.
That's like super high quality stuff. I love the ghillie suits. I love the like you said, Call of Duty Black Ops type of stuff. And we're like loading pickleballs in a mortar machine while having like an ultra professionally produced.
Who, like,
Unbelievable net force.
what do you think is who's like directing this? Who's like, you know what we should do for minor league is we should all buy ghillie suits and a mortar and go out to a field and record a video that's gonna be at 33 likes the next morning on Instagram. Like, what is like, who's coming up with this? Like,
It's gotta
it's
be
really, really
it's
well
gotta be
done.
one of them, right? Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
such a good video. That's crazy. I hope somebody on that team is the videographer and producer and all of that, because if not, they paid a pretty penny for that video for sure.
'Cause, like, maybe one of them had 4 ghillie suits laying around, but I just can't imagine ghillie suits are super cheap either. So what they probably dropped several $1,000s on this on this video.
I can't. Yeah, that would be insane. But here's the question, Zane: is it cutting into their practice time, and are they going to regret making the video if they don't win the whole thing at the nationals?
No, I think the video is pretty sick. Like, I think that's
I
just
agree.
a fun I think, like, that's a pretty sick video one way or another. Hopefully, they can back it up. Now you just gotta wonder what these uniforms look like. Like, they've gotta be rocking some, like you think they're gonna play in the ghillie suits?
That'd be sick. Cut off the ghillie suits, like shorts and like tank top ghillie suit while playing. That'd be
They'd be pretty baggable,
very,
though, because like, you try to get
yeah.
out of the way and, like, stuff is, like, popping off of your body and stuff. Alright, Net
It hit the
Force.
leaf. It hit the leaf on my on the ghillie suit.
Oh, I'd be challenging every time. Alright, well,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
gotta take particular note of Net Force this weekend at MILP.
exactly. So
So,
yeah, yeah.
where are people gonna be able to watch? Is this gonna be on the Dink's YouTube channel?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure on that. We can get that. We'll get that information in the captions below once we figure that out. I do think the Dink is posting that on our YouTube, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. I think the Pickler Universe also held another world record attempt at the longest pickleball marathon this past weekend. So, from what I
yes.
understand, they were doing it at Pickler Universe, all raising money for Thomas Wilson, who has
Yep.
obviously his long or his at this point long list of health issues that he at least now knows what he needs to get done. So they're
Yep.
raising money for Thomas Wilson. I don't know if they ended up breaking the record or not. Do you know?
No, I don't. I think they were like going into it last night, so they still had a couple hours, but it seemed like they were on pace to get it done. Yeah, I think it was over 40 hours straight of pickleball with
Yeah, what
four
I
people.
saw somewhere that the record was 36 hours, and I think they were
Yeah.
looking to break, obviously looking to break that. Oh yeah, here we go. It is live right now. Um,
Jeez, it's still
it
going.
looks like they must have broken it because there's confetti all over the court.
Okay,
Um, so yeah, interesting.
nice.
So I know that yeah, they were raising money for Thomas Wilson, and I believe there's still an auction available through Pickleball
Yes,
Auctions. There's a bunch of cool memorabilia, signed stuff. If you head over to Pickleball Auctions to check that out, and the money is going towards to Thomas Wilson as well, towards good cause.
nice. Yeah.
Anything else you
Last
have
thing about
to add on that one?
Yeah, last thing on the minor leagues is, like, obviously, Zane mentioned, like, there's Duper 8 I think it goes all the way down to 12, 16, 18, 20, 22. But some of the top level pros actually played minor league first. Like, Connor
Mhm.
Garnett won in the first event in 2022. Kay Fahey, here's a crazy one. Kay Fahey won Duper 18 2 years
That is
ago.
crazy.
Isn't
That
it?
is nuts.
Sam Parker, Purple Jesus have all played. And then even last year, interestingly, Elise Jones's fourth group, she calls her like training program fourth. Elsie Hendershot, the 12-year-old lefty, and the
Oh yeah, dude, she's
Boydstons.
a baller.
Yeah, and the Boydstons from Utah all train with Elise, and they won Duper 20 last year. And so it's really cool to see like these players at this high level getting wins and then all of a sudden making breakouts onto the pro tour. So who knows? Maybe we'll see one of the winners in Dallas this year, next year on the pro tour.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'd be surprised if we didn't. I'm actually right in the middle of making a video breaking down. You remember the PPA Juniors match that happened in at MLP Cup where the juniors
oh
played
yeah,
against the Bay
yeah,
Area Breakers? I had never gotten around to watching that, and
Yeah.
now I'm doing a match breakdown of it, and I am so unbelievably impressed by these junior
Yeah.
players. It was the combo of Elsie Hendershot, who is 12
Mhm.
years old, Ella Ye,
Yeah.
who is 14, Cam Chafin, who is 15, and Tama Shimabukuro, who is 14.
Yep.
And obviously, I guess I won't spoil it for you, but they play very, very well. And it's been really interesting to break down this match and just see some of the things that they do differently. Like super twitchy, super
Yeah.
aggressive, holding every single shot, meaning like you have no idea where they're going. They really are changing the game. And so it's unbelievably interesting to watch that match back. So that's should be coming out on my channel on this Thursday. Um
Okay.
this is a
I'm
fun
super
one. Just
interested.
yeah,
I'm
because I
super
feel like
interested in that one. I
they
watched
didn't
it
get that
live.
one up on YouTube either. So, like, this is I'm actually, like,
Oh.
watching this live for the first live. Like, I know the outcome, but I'm watching it and reacting to it, like, for the first time in my video,
Yeah.
and,
That's cool.
because they didn't have this on, they didn't upload it to YouTube. It was
Yeah.
on a back court, and they had a bunch of music, so maybe that's why they didn't. But, yeah, I'm super, super excited about this one.
I watched it. I was there watching it live, and I was like, this is like very high level. I was interested to see if they could hang, and they definitely could. So I'm very interested in your breakdown because it was like in the moment. Obviously, it's fun, but I'm not breaking down what's going on so much as like just watching the crowd react and the player. Like it was a great atmosphere. So I'm definitely going
Yeah,
to tune
dude.
into your recap.
Yeah, no, it's a solid one, and then with Tama, yeah, obviously we had that highlight point of Tama losing his shoe. What I didn't realize was Tama lost his shoe on another point. So,
He
like, there
did,
were 2
yeah.
different points where Tama's shoes had just fallen off. Dude can play elite pickleball, but doesn't know how to tie his shoes yet.
Yeah, we
Um,
need to work on the shoe. Maybe we get him some Velcro. I'm not sure what to do here, but we need to work on
the
the shoes staying on the feet.
yeah, the bunny goes over the loop into the I forgot what
Yeah.
the saying goes, but yeah, Tama, come on. All right.
Today's episode is sponsored by Trulieve. If you're looking to stay on your top of your game both on and off the court, they've got you covered with powerful plant-based wellness support. They've built a product lineup of safe, reliable cannabis products that fit right into your schedule, whether you're looking for something for balance, relief, or recovery without breaking a sweat. Their team of associates can help you find exactly what you need no matter your experience level. So head to trulieve.com to learn more about their products and how to get your medical cannabis card.
So we got derailed a little bit there. We were talking
Yeah, we're
about the
good.
pickleball world record, the pickleball auctions, where you can support and win stuff, MiLP for $100,000, and
Yep.
then yeah, we got a couple of
Next.
upcoming events as well.
So we have the Hangzhou Open in China this weekend, December 3rd through 6th. And we have some Americans going over there and playing. So I just wanted to highlight some of those players. I have like 3 or 4 partnerships that I just want to call out real quick, and maybe you can react to them. We got Connor Garnett and Blaine Hovenier. I like
Okay,
that.
I like that too.
We got the pickleball gymnast Will Schaefer going over playing with Luke Pham.
Nice. Recently
Um,
signed. I think I just saw his PPA signing announcement. Okay, real
yep.
quick. I also saw
Yes.
PPA Australia is now starting to do these signings as well. Lucas
Are they?
Pascal was the first PPA
Oh.
Australia signed. So that was interesting.
Interesting. Okay, that's something to keep an eye on for sure. Here you go. Now, we got Tama and we got Bryson Haas, who I know that Tama trains with Jamie and Bryson quite a bit in Hawaii.
Okay.
And we have the front runner, the odds-on favorite, Fed. By the way, congrats to Fed. Got engaged over the weekend. Very nice.
Oh, what? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Fed
Wow,
got
okay.
engaged over the weekend. Fed and Armand Bhatia are
Congratulations.
playing in Hangzhou, so they'll be the favorite.
My boy Armand. I wonder if Fed sticks right side there because Armand, not too much experience on the right side, and Fed, now a right side expert, but he would probably
Yeah.
get iced out a little bit too much. So I don't know. That'll be interesting, but obviously they're going to be the big favorites in that one. One thing I did see was if you guys hated MLP Orlando this year, which you
Oh, no.
did,
Yeah.
I saw some pretty bright orange courts in
No.
Hangzhou.
Oh, no.
Maybe I saw something incorrect, but
Okay.
yeah, it looked like some very, very bright courts.
Got it. Okay. In women's doubles, we got Alex Trong is playing with Zoe Wong.
Okay.
I think they'll probably be favored. We also have, although here's a sneaky good one.
No. Give me Danny Townsend and Nicholas Showman over them. Actually, I
No,
don't know if
she's
they'll. I
not.
don't know.
Danny's not playing, but Nicholas. It's
Oh,
by the way, I got from good sources because I feel like you and I have both been screwing up Nicola's last name tremendously, and we were, but I got it fixed. You ready? It's Nicola Skuman. Skuman. And so it's
Skuman.
Nicholas
Okay.
Skuman and Jamie Way. So I think that is
Okay. I
also a
like
good
Jamie
team.
Way.
Yeah. And then Sarah Burr and Jamie Haas are another. Burr and is Australian, and Jamie is in Hawaii playing all the time there. So and she has a lot of experience in MLP Australia as well. In
Interesting.
mixed, we have Alex and Fed, Alex Trong and
Okay.
Fed. I like that.
They got to be the favorites.
Yeah, I would think so. Jamie Way and Connor Garnett.
Okay. I can see that
Zoe
going well.
and Armand.
Actually, though, yeah, that's a solid team as well.
And then lastly, in a little bit of a dark horse, is Blaine Hovenier and Yufei Long, who I'm a big
Okay.
fan of Yufei Long as well. So I think there's going to be some good matches there for sure in Hangzhou.
Yeah, well, excited to see that. I'm loving these PPA Asia events. Yeah, at least I think since they're under the PPA umbrella, they are generally a little bit easier to follow along. You know where to see all the
Yeah.
stuff too. So a little bit more access on the live streams and stuff. I want to watch all this
Yeah.
international stuff. So
I know. Make
yeah.
it easier to see. Those of you that are not.
Stop hiding it from us, or at least make it idiot proof so that these pro pickleball obsessed idiots can find it.
Yep.
If you're on audio only, I'm referring to myself as a very interested pickleball idiot that is going to spend some time doing some research, but I'm also not going to spend 10 minutes trying to find your event. If I can't find it in 10 minutes, I am going to give up. And I find, as an educated pickleball person, if I can't find your stuff within 10 minutes of research, it is objectively too difficult to find.
I would agree with that. Okay, let's move through a couple of other upcoming things quickly, and then we'll get to our worst player segment, which I'm still
I can't wait for
debating
this.
whether or not I want to even do it. So we'll see. 2 Saturdays from now, December 13th in Miami is the last Corded Series event of 2025. The Corded Series is a collaboration between the Dink and Buick, among other partnerships. It's at Sip N Pickle in Miami from 2 to 6 p.m. It's kind of like a vibe thing, and it's more of a recreational, come play pickleball, have a good time. There's drinks, you can make friends, and there's always some pro exhibitions. I know Riley was at the one in New York City. The Dink has had these in New York City, Chicago, and Austin. Nice social atmosphere to just get out and play some pickle.
Nice. And you can win a Buick.
Okay. Didn't know that. That's crazy. Okay.
No, I just made that up. That would be cool though.
Okay.
If you could win a
It would
Buick,
be.
that would be very cool.
Okay. And then that same weekend, so not this coming weekend, but the following, which is the 9th through the 14th. That's the APP Tour Championships, which is their last major, their last hurrah in 2025. It's being played at the Fort in Fort Lauderdale, and this will be the first event where I hope, fingers crossed, that their awesome new championship court is ready. It's pretty sick looking. It's like
It should be.
sunk in.
Didn't they use it
Yeah.
for the Pickleball World World Cup?
Yeah, I believe they did, and I talked to APP about this earlier in the year, and I think they will be having championship court on that court, which will be sick. It's a really cool looking thing. Also, for the first time for the APP tour, this is a progressive draw, so that'll be a little bit more interesting, I think. And lastly, with it being a major, if somebody triple crowns there, they're looking at around 18 grand in prize
Okay.
money. So nothing, pretty good prize money there.
Yeah.
And then lastly, upcoming, and we'll probably have a pod and talk about it before, but we do have Daytona upcoming, PPA Datytona, December 16th through 21st. Whole bunch of new partnerships because a lot of players aren't playing. So it's just like mix and match partnerships.
It's a
Obviously,
free-for-all.
the number one, it is a free for all. The number one talked about partnership by far is going to be Georgia and ALW playing together because that'll be really fun. They'll be heavily favored, but we'll talk more about that as it gets closer. All right.
Okay.
If you're always searching for something that gives you an edge on the court, that's not a third cup of coffee. We've got you. Blue Canatine from Descriptions is built for clean, steady focus that lasts 3 to 5 hours so you can see the ball earlier and react quicker without the crash. It's loaded with 4 precision dosed ingredients, and it hits fast because it dissolves in your cheek instead of going through your stomach. The CBD helps you play loose instead of tight, and caffeine sharpens reflexes, and the methylene blue fuels your brain so you stay locked in deep into the games. It feels like hitting that perfect groove when everything slows down. If you want to try it, go to descriptions.com/dink for 10% off your first order. That's TROSCRIPTIONS.com/thedink. Clean energy, clinical grade. You will feel the difference.
Are you ready? Are you ready to build our worst pickleball player?
We're here for it. Zane, explain to the fans at home why we're doing this, so that way maybe we don't catch as much flack for this as I believe we're going to.
Yeah, we probably will, but we never shy away from controversy here, Tice. Come on. So we've been
Okay.
doing this series of building the best pickleball player with all these different categories. You've got serves, drives, drops, transition zone, dink, speed ups, backhand flick, counters, and overhead. We had a great idea from Jason Hart on YouTube, who left us a comment. Hey, do the worst player. Now we are limiting this to men in the top 20 because all of these players are very, very good, right? Like, all of these players are elite players in the world rankings, and I just think it'll be a fun and interesting debate of, who look, there are certain every single one of these players has had a ton of success in what they do, but serves, maybe they're not a great server. Like, they have a full game that is good, but they might have slight weaknesses in their game. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll catch some crap for this, but I think it'll be fun, and I want you guys to know that we are not taking shots at these guys. Every single one of these players is extremely good. They're all ranked ahead of me, so I am out of this debate. Yeah, please don't get that confused. But even the best players in the world have certain holes in their games, right? Ben Johns' two-handed backhand isn't a top 20 two-handed backhand, right? Like, everybody's got a hole in their game, but obviously these guys are well-rounded enough that they are in the top 20. So I think I've done enough of a disclaimer on that one. What would you say, Tice?
Yeah. I think that's perfect. It's like, these guys are all top 20. They're very good at everything. And so we're trying to nitpick on which ones we would build to build the worst player. I mean, no offense to any player on this list. If we call you out, it is what it is. We're having some fun here. I'm glad you went on that monologue, because it stalled enough for me to pull up the top 20, because I wasn't sure who's in it. And that could play a factor in here, because some players are not in top 20 that I think would be, and vice versa. So we'll see.
Yeah. And basically there's 9 categories and 20 players. So pretty much all the best players are going to be used for one of these or another. You got to use somebody. So, okay, let's start it off. We're going to do the same rules. I liked a little bit of an underdog story. So I'm going to let Tice make the first pick in any of these categories, and I will pick somebody different. So starting off right away, we have serve.
I am going for serve. I am going Colin Johns.
All right, Colin.
He's still in top 20. He's still top 20.
Yeah, he's still in the top 20. Let's see. I am going to go with JW Johnson. Not a horrible serve, but he just lays it in there.
Yeah. A lot of times he does. Yeah. His top end serve, really good. But if you only do the top end serve,
when does he ever hit his top end serve?
That's what I'm saying.
He can do it, but I feel like he just doesn't do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he only does it 5% of the time, so it's not really. Yeah. Okay. Drives. I'm looking through here.
Oh man, everybody in the top 20 has really good drives.
No, they don't.
Okay,
No,
you're right.
I disagree. I'm just looking. I think I'm gonna go with Matt Wright, only because his forehand drive is really good, but he doesn't have a backhand drive. I don't think his left hand has ever touched a paddle, so I'm going with Matt Wright on the drives.
Oh man, toughest. Let's see. I might take. But Colin's got a good drive, and he can play some singles.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh god, this is a tough one.
I don't like it.
Ooh, oh, I might go Riley. I think I'm gonna go Riley.
That was
Um,
another one that I was thinking because Riley is very similar to Matt, right? Like obviously they played together forever, so it makes sense. But like both of them are not driving and crashing a ton, and it's like get to the kitchen line and dink, and you don't see either of them driving a lot.
yeah, I mean Riley can drive the backhand pretty well, but I can't picture him driving a forehand. So I'm gonna go Riley
Yeah.
on that one. Okay.
Okay. Next one. What's the next one?
Next up we have drops.
This is a tough one. Everybody's good at dropping the ball at the top 20. There's no one that's bad at it. Um, okay. When he's on, he's very on, but he does leave some balls high on some drops, so I'm going Eric Onsens.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, he was up there for me. I'm gonna go actually same idea. I'm gonna go with Christian Alshon. He
Okay.
can have some super, super good ones, but when he's not being super offensive with them, sometimes he can struggle. Um, I'll go CA. All
Okay,
right, we
got
got
it.
transition zone.
See, and if I had been more prepared and had like my list like I did the last two, I would have saved Matt for this one, but I didn't do it. So now I have to pick. This is going to be super tough. Transition zone. I'm gonna go with Pablo. Good athleticism, good defense, all of that, but sometimes in the transition zone tends to pop it up a little bit. So I'm going Pablo there. I don't love that pick to be honest, but it's I feel like I'm like out of options here.
Yeah, Pablo is who I probably would have gone after. Like he just seems like he doesn't necessarily have a plan all the time in transition. Like he does sort of speed through it and comes and takes some of those backhand flicks. Tries to avoid transition a good amount, and um, I I'm gonna pick Eric on scenes as well.
Okay.
Just not incredible with the resets. Pretty decent at defending. He's good at getting the ball
Yeah.
back, but
Yep.
I'm going Eric if I can't take Pablo. So
Got it.
next up we got Dinks, the Dinky Poos.
This is I'm gonna I can't believe I'm doing it. I understand everyone in the comments that I sound like a crazy person. I get it. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. I'm in between a rock and a hard place here. So Dinks, I think this one stood out to me very quickly. I'm just going with the gut. You can hate me. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going JW Johnson, and here's the reason why.
Oh, okay, okay.
He he is super consistent in the dinking. Probably top 3 or 5 in consistency in dinking, but his dinks are not overly aggressive and don't put people on their back foot very often. It's more of a neutral scoop dink back, and so he's not as aggressive as some of the other top guys, and therefore I'm going with JW on the dinks.
Yeah, I feel like if you took JW's dinks in a vacuum, they just don't really do all that much. But as you saw in my match analysis of the comeback that JW that Andre and Christian made against JW, he was dinking a little bit more aggressively. So it seems like he is trying to
Yeah,
add that to his game. I'm gonna
agreed.
go the flip side of that, and I'm gonna take Pablo here. Pablo
Okay,
has very aggressive dinks, but sometimes he's just
yeah,
like pretty off on them. So when he's on, they're unbelievable, very
yep,
aggressive. When he's off, he's off, like most people. So give me Pablo there.
got it. Okay, what's next?
Next we have speed ups.
Jesus, this is tough. Like this is legitimately tough. Um, I'm gonna say the guy that speeds up the least in the top 20 is my guy. So I'm going Tyson McGuffin.
Okay, all right, you're taking Tyson. Good forehand speed ups. I'm really glad you leave backhand. Well, actually, I don't even know if I know about that. Uh, I will take I'll take Colin here. Colin actually doesn't have
True.
horrendous speed ups, but he just doesn't use them. And then when he does use them with anybody other than Ben, they get kind of eaten up a little bit. So give me Colin on speed ups.
Got it. Okay. Next we have the backhand flick. Um I have I taken him? No. Okay, great. You know who I'm taking?
Who?
I'm taking Riley Newman because he doesn't
Okay,
speed.
all
He
right.
doesn't have he uses the TUI on almost everything and backs up and takes it off of the bounce. So I would say I'm going with Riley.
It's a non-existent backhand flick. Yeah, I'm glad you took
Exactly.
that because I was out of. I would have used Riley as well. Obviously, he's just doesn't have that shot at all. I'm gonna go with Noe. He v- very infrequently uses that flick as well. Just not
Yep.
super comfortable with it, quite yet. So I'm going Noe. He's for the backhand flick there. Now we got counters or hands.
This is the toughest one for me, I think. Because
This is
like
a tough one. You like literally
everybody's
cannot get
counters.
you just
Yeah.
don't get to the top 20 without good counters. So
Yeah.
have fun with your pick.
Yeah, I really don't like this at all, to be honest, because even let's say I had all top 20, like, available, like, I could pick anybody, I don't think anybody's counters are bad. Like, shoot, this is so tough. Augie's is very good counter. It's between. I'm going Jay DeVilliers. I don't love the pick. I really hate it actually, but he's a big dude. That when he slides correctly and counters, it's coming back hard and down, and you're in trouble. But if he chooses incorrectly, sometimes he gets hit. I don't even love the pick, to be honest. But that's who I'm taking.
Yeah, that was probably my pick if I was able to. Oh man, now you really
I
kind of
don't know who
left
you
me.
pick. I don't
Now
know
you
who you
left me
pick, to be
nobody.
honest.
Um, there's probably a couple people that I would have picked, but I'd already used them.
Yeah,
Um, oh man, I'm toast on this one. Let's see, who do I give me?
I got one for you if you need it.
Who do you got?
I would go. I mean, Jaume is 18th.
Yeah, I was thinking
His
Jaume.
hands are good. His
His
hands are
hands
good though.
are his hands are good. Yeah, that's that. I'm just toast on that one. I've got nobody for this one. So let's round it
Okay.
out with overheads. Who's got the worst overhead in the top 20?
Ooh, this is a tough one. Two are sticking out to me. I think I'm gonna switch my pick here. I had somebody initially. I'm gonna go Andre Diescu.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Wow. Okay.
Hey,
Um,
do you disagree?
no,
He's
he
like six
he
foot three
doesn't.
or four and doesn't hit the ball as hard as 90% of the other guys on an
True.
overhead.
He is doing a better job of like angling some of these off
Yeah,
nicely. He never misses them either. Not necessarily put away power, but
yeah,
I'm gonna go Dylan. Dylan's gotten a lot better at them. It's definitely not a natural motion, and I feel like he misses a lot of overheads. So
got
I'm
it.
going Dylan. If he told me I could have the serves of J-Dub, the drives of Riley, the drops of Alshon, the transition zone of Onscenes, the dinks of Pablo, the speed ups of Colin, the backhand flick of Noe, the counters of Jaume, and the overhead of Dylan, I think that's still a top 20 player. But
For
my
sure.
player is worse than yours.
If we combined out my worst player with your worst player, they're still making at least the round of 16, probably quarterfinals.
I don't think that's quarterfinals, but I think round of 16,
Yeah,
maybe an
yeah,
occasional round of 32. But yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's a very good player.
the, yeah,
Anyway, Jason, thanks for the idea here. If you guys have ideas for
yeah.
us to debate other random bullshit, please do let us know. But that is all we've got for you guys today. Yeah, T, anything else you got?
Nope, that we covered everything.
Yeah.